sport, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm on my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chiefin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, tall boys,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And very good morning, everyone, and welcome to Fletcher Field here at Woodland Park in Collinsville as we get you ready for a little baseball action. It's a beautiful day, so let's play two. We have a doubleheader for you today on the Kahok Sports Network as the Collinsville Kahawks play host to the Alton Marquette Explorers. And I am Todd Duke, glad that you're with us here on the Kahok Sports Network as we welcome you in to the pregame show brought to you today by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. Chiropractic Works, he and his crew, well, they're focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville, or give them a call at 343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Kahawks come into this contest with a record of 1-10 in this 2021 baseball season under their first-year head coach Brett Swipp. Alton Marquette, they come in with just one more win than Collinsville. They are 2-7, the Explorers are, under Tim Fanistock. He is in his 8th year as the coach of the Explorers, and he has an overall record of 117 wins and 77 losses. Alton Marquette, they are coming off of a loss yesterday at Edwardsville, 10-3. Or Edwardsville's 10-3. The score was 7-3. Collinsville, they snapped a 10-game losing streak to start the season with their 4-1 win at Granite City on Thursday. Chris Tillman and Ethan Bagwell combined to strike out 15 of the 28 batters faced in that game. Tillman had 13 strikeouts in that win, and Bagwell had 2 strikeouts and picked up the save. And at the plate, Tillman went 2 for 4 with a double and a couple of RBIs. Colby Anderson with an RBI double in that game. Rolando Colon went 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. And Riker Kane went 1 for 2 with a walk and 2 runs scored. So Collinsville finally broke that 10-game losing streak to start the season, and they are in dubious company. The 2003 team started off their season 0-9 and ended up winning 7 games on the year. But we broke the spell and got a first win, and now we just build on that. There's 19 games left after today's doubleheader, so nothing like the present to start a winning streak. Alton Marquette, they have won 2 games, as I mentioned earlier. Their 2 wins are against the same team, East Alton Wood River. They beat Wood River back on the 21st of April 16-1, and then just 5 days ago they did the same thing at East Alton by a score of 14-5. Some common opponents that these 2 teams have, Triad being one of those. Collinsville lost to Triad 12-4 in the second game of the year for them, while Alton Marquette lost at Triad in the season opener by a score of 9-6. And other than that, Muscuda is on both of those, and Collinsville lost to Muscuda at home 18-2, while Alton Marquette was at Muscuda, and they lost that contest by a score of 10-0. And then the Granite City game. Granite City played East Alton Wood River just a few days ago, and the Explorers lost that game 15-3. And as we mentioned, Collinsville played Granite City in their last game and won that contest by a score of 4-1. We'll take our first break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show, and when we come back, we'll pass along a little history between these 2 clubs and give you a little bit more information about Alton Marquette, and we'll do that in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. First National Bank of Waterloo, celebrating over 100 years of banking. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo, now with locations in Collinsville and Maryville, for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo at 345-1121, or visit them with their new locations in Collinsville and Maryville, or online at fnbwaterloo.com. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And once again, welcome back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network, getting you set for a doubleheader today. Beautiful day for a doubleheader. Not a cloud in the sky. Well, a couple of wispy white clouds. That's about it. We're expecting temperatures in the mid-80s for a daytime high today. But Here it's morning time still, so very comfortable. A little bit of breeze blowing, and what wind there is blowing straight in. We have it coming straight in the front of the press box here, so I don't think that the wind is going to make that much of a difference in this game today. Let's learn a little bit more about the Alton Marquette Explorers. They are coached, as I mentioned, by Tim Fanistock in his 8th year. He's been at the helm at Alton Marquette since 2014, went 19-11 in their first year under Fanistock, and the only losing season under Fanistock was a 14-16 mark in 2016. The next year, by the way, they went 22-11 and won a regional championship at the Altoff Regionals. They beat Altoff 7-3 in the regional semifinal game. Then they beat Gillespie 6-5, and the sectionals were taking place at Vandalia, and that's when the ride ended in 2016 for Alton Marquette when they lost to Teutopolis by a score of 5-1. Fanistock, he took over for Joe Silkwood, who was there for 5 years and went 97-57. He took third in the state of Illinois in Class 1A in 2012 with a 28-9 record. The baseball records for Alton Marquette go back to 1977. Greg DeCourcy was the assistant principal and the baseball head coach from 77 all the way to 2007, 31 years. And DeCourcy went 606 and 329. They were state champs in 1980 and in 1984. In 1980, that was the same year that the Cahoks won a Class 2A state championship, so that's kind of cool. They took second place in 1988, and 7 times under DeCourcy they went to state. The last was in 1989, and the only time since was the third place finish back in 2012. History between these two teams just recently started putting Alton Marquette on the schedule. From 2000 to 2016, the teams did not face each other. They last met on April the 12th of 2019. Collinsville won 9-8 in 8 innings. The Cahoks actually trailed that game 5-3 heading into the 6th. Collinsville then sends 5 runs across in the top of the 6th for an 8-5 lead, and then the Explorers counter with 3 in the bottom half for an 8-8 tie. Cahoks get the 1 run in the top of the 8th, and then they held on for the win. Kyle Moore, the only remaining player from that game who's actually starting here today that played in that game, and Moore pitched in that game. He pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 hits and 3 earned runs. He walked 5 in that game and struck out 3. And the other games, Collinsville won in 2018 2-1. They lost in 2017 4-1. So if you add those together, Collinsville has the upper hand over Alton Marquette in the 3 meetings. Collinsville is 2-1. So now you pretty much know everything that I know as far as Collinsville and Alton Marquette is concerned. Let's take a look at some of the numbers that we have for you as far as batting averages and those kind of things. I don't have a lot of stats for Alton Marquette. They sent me their stats at 4 o'clock this morning, and when I went to print it off, it was 34 pages. So I decided not to print it off and just went and looked up some numbers. And right now, Carter Hendricks is leading Alton Marquette with a batting average 387 on the year. 5 runs batted in. That also leads the team, or tied with the team, with Nick Palmisano, who comes in batting 304. And the pitcher for today, Brennan Jones, will give you his numbers. How about that? Brennan Jones coming in having pitched in 5 games. This is going to be his first start. He does have a 0-1 record. He has pitched 5 and 2/3 innings. He's given up 11 runs. Only 4 of those runs are earned, and he has a 4.94 earned run average. He has given up 1 home run on the year, a couple of doubles. Everything else is in the singles category. And as far as strikeout to walk ratio, well, he's walked 7 and struck out 8. And he's hit a couple of batters as well, 3 to be exact, in just a short amount of innings. So we hope that Brennan Jones can get things turned around here in game number 1. And his opposing pitcher will be Mr. Ray. That would be Nolan Ray, and I do not have any numbers on Nolan Ray at this time. We will take a break. That's going to do it for the number portion. We'll come back and give you the starting lineups for both of these teams after our final timeout here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape. Check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahawkSports.com and the Kahawk Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And once again, welcome back to Fletcher Field here at Woodland Park in Collinsville. I am Todd Duke. We're just about ready for a little baseball action. Doubleheader. Let's play two between Collinsville and Alton Marquette. And here are your starting lineups. We'll begin with the Explorers, who show up today wearing their white trousers and their blue shirts They have the word Marquette written across the fronts of their jerseys in white letters, and the numbers on the fronts and the back are in white. Collinsville showing up today in all white uniforms. They have a little purple around the sleeves and the word Kahawks written across the fronts of their jerseys with the numbers and the letters on their jerseys in purple, and they're wearing the purple ball caps today. Leading off for Alton Marquette will be Braden Coles. He'll play shortstop and bat first. Batting second is their third baseman, Matt Lear. The designated hitter this afternoon for Alton Marquette is Sean Mitchell, and he will be hitting for their left fielder, Charlie Fanistock. Batting in the cleanup spot, first baseman Carter Hendricks. Behind the plate and batting fifth is Braden Hamilton. On the mound is Nolan Ray. The pitcher will be batting in the number 6 hole. Batting seventh and playing right field is Logan Sternickel. In center field and batting eighth is Owen Williams. And rounding out the starting 9 for Alton Marquette is Miles Peniagua, and he will be playing second base. We, of course, will give you the the Kahawk starting lineup when we come up to the plate in the bottom of the first, but here is what the defense looks like for Collinsville. In left field, Rolando Colon. Kyle Moore is in center field. Colby Anderson is in right field, and around the horn on the infield, Nick Palmisano at third base. Jackson Perrell at shortstop. Trent Mode is at second base. Chris Tillman is at first base, and we told you Brennan Jones is on the hill, and behind the plate is Josh Scrum. Josh called a complete game win against Granite City back on Thursday and caught 15 strikeouts in that game. He called a really good game from what I understand, and it shows in the fact that Collinsville won that game 4-1, 15 strikeouts, only giving up just the one run. So we're hoping that the Collinsville Kahawks can build off of that as we move things along here this afternoon. Beautiful sunshiny day. Temperatures are very pleasant, a little bit of a breeze. 312 down the third base line, 310 down the first base line. In the power alleys, 375 to left center field and 360 to right center field, and straightaway center field, although there's no marking, is about 355 feet away. Here is Braden Coles to lead things off. Bats from the right side, comes in batting 367 on the year. And the right-hander, Brennan Jones, wears number 50 on his uniform. He's ready to go. And from the windup, the first pitch of the day is on the way. Inside and high, ball one, and that's how things get started here at Collinsville in the first game of a doubleheader. Coles, Lear, and Mitchell to lead things off here for Collinsville. There's a strike on the outside corner, and that evens things out at 1-1. Just a little bit of a breeze, as I mentioned. It is blowing into the press box, so nothing blowing out here today. And there's not going to be a lot of wind that's going to mess with any of the balls that are hit up in the air. Foul ball down the third base line. And Jones is ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. You do notice on the camera view that we are back to the old camera because I can't figure out how to get this GoPro working through a whole game. I can get a couple of innings in, then it's see ya. Swinging a slow roller, and Jones has it and underhands to Tillman, and that's how we begin this game with a 1-3 put out of Braden Coles for out number 1. That will bring Matt Lear. Lear, the third baseman. Lear batting .063 on the year, but he does have a home run, and that is the only RBI he has is his solo home run, and he looks at one inside. And Jones is ready with the 1-0. Here it comes. Low, 2-0. We will push our post-game show to the end of the second game as Jones delivers the next pitch. This one's high, 3-0, so he falls behind Lear. We only have 15 minutes in between games, and that's enough time to take care of business, such as getting the new lineups for the second game, because we don't have those as of yet. Jones is ready. Here's the 3-0. Up high, 4 straight pitches out of the strike zone, walks Lear. And our first base runner of the afternoon is Matt Lear. Here is the designated hitter, Sean Mitchell. Mitchell comes in batting .286 with 1 home run. And he has a runner on at first from the stretch. Jones checks on that runner and brings it home. Swinging a high fly ball. This one's going to get out of play back behind the press box. Ooh, almost hit a car going by, too. That happens here quite a lot. Little helicopter still flying all over the place. Man, they are everywhere right now. Runner at first, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball down the third base side. No one on the other microphone today, so I didn't even bother to hook it up. Both of my usual color guys, Ken Oberkfell and Chris Kettler, are out of town. Jones brings another one home, and that one stays high. Snap throw down to first base, and Tillman had to leave the bag and come into foul territory and leap to catch that ball, or else it was going to go down the first baseline. One ball, 2 strikes to count to Sean Mitchell. Matt Lear has his lead from first base. 1 on, 1 out, top of the first. Jones looks over his left shoulder at the runner and brings it home. Stays high again. Jones having a rough go finding that feel for the ball right now. 2-2 the count. Double play would get Collinsville out of it. Jones delivers. High and inside, full count. Collinsville has only turned 2 double plays on the year. This would be a nice time for double play number 3. Jones from the stretch once again, pitches. And he hit him right in the back of the helmet. He appears to be okay, but everybody's going to come out and make sure. And Brennan Jones is having a little control issues here this afternoon. And we might have to replace Sean Mitchell here as he is down in front of home plate. Started to walk away a little bit, but now he appears a little bit more injured than what was initially thought. So we will take this opportunity to step aside, and we'll hope that Mr. Mitchell is okay, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
So Sean Mitchell stayed at home plate for a little while, and he's going to stay in the game. Well, I saw some stars there for a minute, but the medical folks came out and checked on him, and he's going to stay in the game. So he leads from first. Matt Lear leads from second. 2 on, only 1 out here in the top of the first, and Brennan Jones is a little early trouble as he now faces the first baseman Carter Hendricks. And the first pitch to Hendricks, swinging a high fly ball, center field. Kyle Moore, he's got it covered, and he comes in and has to make a diving catch as the runner from second tags and goes to third. Moore started going back and then realized it was not hit that far and then had to come running in and ends up making a diving catch of that ball. 2 away. So runners on the corners. And And here is the catcher, Braden Hamilton. Hamilton batting 190 on the year with an RBI. He has another RBI opportunity here and more. Looks like he's settled down at least the first two pitches after, excuse me, hitting Mitchell. He appears to have figured out the strike zone. Next pitch in the dirt and goes back to the screen, and that one's going to go back far enough for the run to come home. So a wild pitch allows Lear to score. Moving down to second was Mitchell. And a run across without the benefit of a hit. And a 1-1 pitch coming to Braden Hamilton from Jones. Here it is. Strike called. So Jones is one strike away from getting out of this inning with just the one run scored. Jones delivers. Inside. 2-2. Brennan Jones from the stretch. Checks on his runner at second base, brings the next one home. Strike three called, and that's the way the inning comes to a close. But in the inning, one run does come across the plate. No hits in that inning, and one runner left on base. We now head to the home half of the first. Collinsville will have their first chance at the offensive side of things, and we'll be back to tell you all about it in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman, and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, the usual? So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie-cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend. Or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville.
Back here at Woodland Park, Fletcher Field is where we are. 1-0 after a half inning in the books. Alton Marquette gets a run across without the benefit of a hit. Had a walk, a hit batter, and a wild pitch. And that pushes one across. Here's the starting lineup for your Collinsville Cahoks. Rolando Colon will lead things off. He's playing left field. Colby Anderson batting in the second spot, playing right field. Chris Tillman playing first, batting third. Riker Kane is the designated hitter this afternoon. He'll be batting for the pitcher, Brennan Jones, and Riker will be batting in the cleanup spot. Batting fifth and playing third is Nick Palmisano. Shortstop Jackson Perrell bats in the number 6 spot. Batting seventh is the catcher Josh Scrum. In the number 8 spot is Kyle Moore playing center field, and rounding out the starting 9 for Collinsville is Trent Mode. Batting ninth and playing second base. Defensively for Alton Marquette, Charlie Fanistock is in left field. Owen Williams in center. Logan Sternickel is in right field. Matt Lear at third base. Braden Coles is the shortstop. Miles Peniagua at second base. Carter Hendricks at first base. Nolan Ray is on the mound, and Braden Hamilton will be catching young Mr. Ray. Leading things off here is Rolando Colon. Colon coming in, batting .333, 4 runs batted in, home run. And he's got a double to his credit as well. The lefty is ready to go. Bunts on the first pitch. To the pitcher, Ray it goes, and a throw over to first base in time for out number 1. Nice idea, but played perfectly by Ray. 1 pitch, 1 out. Well, I tell you what, it's hard to see, man. It's bright sunshiny out here, and looking down on my white paper and then transferring my view over to the computer screen is kind of strange. Here's Colby Anderson batting .167 on the year. Pitch to Colby. Hits the outside corner. 0-1. Chris Tillman waits on deck. That sight adjustment from the bright white paper to the dark screen of the computer is like, whoa. Thought I went blind for a second. Swing and a miss by Anderson. He was way out in front of that one. Winds are supposed to be around 10 to 15 today at times. Mostly just a little bit of a breezy day, nothing spectacular. Next pitch on the way. Anderson sends one into the gap. That one's going to go all the way up against the wall. It does, right near the chiropractic work sign. And on his way to second with a stand-up double is Colby Anderson. So trying to get that run right back are the Kahawks, and they have a runner in scoring position for young Mr. Chris Tillman. Tillman comes in, as I mentioned in the pregame show, leading this club. 387 average, 5 runs batted in. Has a triple and a couple of doubles, looking for his first home run of the year. This would be a good time for it. Tillman from the left side. Ray checks on Kane at second base, or excuse me, Anderson at second base. And takes his time and now pitches. Right down the middle. Strike one. Riker Kane is on deck. Tillman. He awaits the next from Ray, who is all of a sudden working deliberately here with a runner on second. From the stretch. Check on that runner again. And the pitch. Outside and low. 1-1. First of 2 for you today. Ray peers into his catcher, Hamilton. Next pitch to Tillman on the way. It's in the dirt, and Colby Anderson had a good jump to begin with, but then that ball goes into dirt, and Anderson picks up a stolen base. Collinsville, coming into this game, has 12 stolen bases, only caught twice this year. So now a runner at third. 1 out. Collinsville has the tying run just 90 feet away. 2-1 the count to Chris Tillman. Ray from the stretch. Brings it home. Swinging a shot that's into left field. Base hit. And an RBI single for Chris Tillman has tied this game at 1-1. That's what we like to see. That will bring in Riker Kane, the designated hitter here in this first game. Riker batting 143 on the year. Still looking for his first RBI after the first 11 games. And Ray pitches to Kane outside. One out, runner at first. 1 run home. We're tied 1-1 in the first inning. Ray looks over his left shoulder at the base runner Tillman. He's ready with the next pitch to Kane, and here it is. Outside. 2-0. Ray ready with the next delivery. Swinging a shot to the third baseman in the glove. Over to second base for 1 out. That's all they're going to get. Turnaround throw wasn't going to be in time. So 2 outs in the inning. Riker Kane reaches on the fielder's choice, and he becomes the base runner. Here is Nick Palmisano. Palmisano on the year, 304 batting average. He has 5 runs batted in. And he's up with a runner at first and 2 outs in a tied game. 1-1 in the first. Throw over to first, and back in time is Riker. Ray looks into Hamilton. Sign has been accepted, and a throw over to first base. Once again, Kane back in safely. Again, Ray checks. And the windup and the pitch. Outside. Snap throw down to first base. Kane's back in there with no slide. Jackson Perrell waits on deck. Nick Palmisano up there with 2 outs. Runner at first base. 1-1 game. Ray is ready once again. And here's the pitch. Outside, but hits the corner. 1-1. Ray, very deliberate worker here in the first inning. Throw over to first base, and Kane back in there again. Palmisano looking for something to drive here. Whenever Ray gets around to pitching the ball. Here's the next pitch. Outside, all the way back to the screen, and Riker is going to have a free pass to second base. So each team has uncorked a wild pitch. In Collinsville's case, it cost them a run, and we shall see if this wild pitch will end up costing Alton Marquette. 2-1 the count to Palmisano. Kane at second. And the pitch. Foul ball back to the screen. Two and two the count to Nick Palmisano, the Kahok third baseman. Riker Kane, today's designated hitter in this first game, down at second base. 1 run home here in the bottom of the first. We're tied 1-1. Palmisano is ready. Ray checks on Kane at second. Checks on him again. And brings it home. Up high, full count. Full count. First base is open. Ray has his sign. Looks at the runner at second. And now he steps off. Lots of movement going on back there, second base, between the shortstop and the second baseman. Trying to keep Riker Kane close to the bag. Kane's got a good lead. Checked on by Ray. Here's the pitch. Swinging a chance for the third baseman, but it's foul. I'm up here by myself, and the camera is stationary. By the time a ball gets hit to third base and I would react fast enough to point the camera over there, the throw would already be going to first. So that's why we tried to do the GoPro thing, and I'm still working on it. I'm not giving up yet. Palmisano waits for another 3-2 pitch. Here it is. Swinging a now chance for the third baseman. He gobbles it up in his chest, throws over to first base for the out, and that is the way that the inning comes to a close. But Collinsville does get the tying run across the plate on an RBI hit by Chris Tillman. We head now to the top of the second inning, and it's 1-1. Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Back here at Woodland Park, Fletcher Field is where we are. Top of the second inning. 1-1 is our contest. And Nolan Ray will be the leadoff batter here for Alton Marquette. As we begin inning number 2, it'll be Ray, Sternicle, Williams, and if anyone gets on, the last man in the order, Paniagua. Jones starts the opposing pitcher off with a strike. Here's the next pitch. Swinging a foul ball back to the screen, and Jones is quickly ahead. 0-2. Ray batting .235 on the year for the Explorers. Alton Marquette scores their first run without a base hit. Walk, hit batter, wild pitch. That'll do it. A little high with the next delivery. 1-2. What a gorgeous day. Pitch. Swinging a ball off of the mitt. Scrum has to pick it up, throw over to first base, and not in time for the out. It just missed the glove of Tillman. So Jones gets credit for a strikeout, but an error on the throw down by the catcher, Josh Scrum, will put a runner at first base. That's unfortunate. That'll bring up Logan Sternicle. And he has an opportunity to at least move a runner over with no one out. Throw over, check on the runner, and back in there safely is Ray. Actually, we have a courtesy runner, and that is Andrew Roth. Courtesy runner for the pitcher. He has his lead, and a swing and a miss. Big cut there by Sternicle. Jones ready with another, and instead of throw over. Jones from the stretch brings it home. Swing and a miss. Jones ahead in the count now, 0-2. Jones works a lot quicker than Ray does, that's for sure. And a throw over to first base, then the courtesy runner Roth back in there. And the next pitch on the way, a foul ball out of play. And we'll do it all over again. Jones pitches high. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Nobody down. Runner at first base, courtesy runner Andrew Roth. And the next pitch, swinging a foul ball straight back as Roth was on the move. So we'll do it all over again. Jones from the stretch throws over to first again. Next delivery on the way, and another ball high, 2-2. We are scheduled for 2 games, and at this pace, we're going to be here till about 5 o'clock. Jones ready with a 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Sternickel. 3rd strikeout on the young morning for Jones. Although one of those strikeouts is now standing down at first base. So 1 out, runner on at first for Owen Williams. Owen Williams, the center fielder. Williams comes in batting 148. Throw over to first again. Back in safely is Roth. Wind kind of kicks up every once in a while and puts a big gust in here. Before I came on, it actually rocked my camera once, so I weighted it down with my shoulder bag. Bunt out in front, and it's picked up by Jones, and he can't get it out of his glove fast enough, and then he throws it away. All the way down into the bullpen. Roth is going to come around and score. Trying to gather the ball is Colby Anderson over there against the fence. He had a little trouble with it. So 2 runs have come across the plate without the benefit of a base hit.
Second baseman Miles Paniagua.
Paniagua comes up to the plate for the first time. And the first pitch to the Explorer second baseman is high. 2 errors in the inning have allowed a run to come across. There's 2 strikeouts in the inning as well, but there's only 1 out. Pitch, another bunt. This one's going to be fouled down the third base side. Paniagua comes in batting 167 on the year. And he is the number 9 batter in the order for Alton Marquette. Braden Coles, the leadoff man, waits in the on-deck circle. Jones ready with another pitch. Here it is. High. 2-1. Throw over to second base, and I tell you what, if it would have been straight on the bag, you might have had a chance to get him because Williams was leaning toward third, but the second baseman Mode was well off the bag. And now the runner goes, swinging a throw down to third base, and that one's going to go into the outfield. They're going to send the runner home, and having a hard time picking it up is Cologne, and that allows Williams to score all the way from second base. Three errors in this inning. They have allowed 2 runs to come across. And another free pass. This one to Paniagua. So 2 walks in the game for Jones to go along with his 3 strikeouts. And Alton Marquette not ready to go away yet here in this top of the second inning. Now back to the top of the order and Braden Coles. Coles grounded out to Jones at the pitcher's mound his first time up. Meeting on the mound is over. And Coles down to his head coach Fanistock to talk things over there. Trying to figure out a strategy. Jones checks his runner at first, brings it in. It's inside. Ball 1. Jones is ready with another one. Here it is. Swing and a miss. The 1-1 delivery on the way. Swinging another miss, and Coles is in a 1-2 hole. Peniagua leads from first. Here's the next pitch, and a foul ball. Back to the screen. 2 games for you today. This is the first game of a doubleheader. And we're supposed to be back here on Monday as Belleville West comes to town, but the weather forecast doesn't look like it wants to cooperate with that plan. Well, we'll wait and find out. Throw over to first base. Jones has the ball back. He's ready to go. Braden Coles in the batter's box. Takes the next pitch low, 2-2. So the Explorers get a run in the first without a hit. So far they've plated 2 here in the second without a hit, and they lead 3-1. 2-2 the count to Braden Coles. 1 out in the inning, and here's the next pitch, and another foul ball back to the screen. We had a strikeout. That was dropped. So the runner took off to first, and a throwing error by Scrum allowed the runner to be safe. Then Sternicle did strike out. When Williams reached on an error, here's a chance for 2. Shortstop up right underneath and right behind Jackson Perrell. Three errors in the inning. Oh, excuse me, 4 errors in the inning. 2 of them on Scrum. Here is Matt Lear. Lear walked and scored the first run of this game. Runners on first and second and 1 out, and the pitch is high. Paniagua at second. Coles is at first. Jones in a little trouble. And swinging a high fly ball. On the move is Colon, and he is not going to get there. Up against the wall, that goes. And we're going to have bases loaded as the runners had to wait to see if it was going to be caught or not. So the first hit of the game is a very long single by Matt Lear. First hit of the game for Alton Marquette, I should say. And with the bases loaded and 1 out, we're going to have a timeout and a visit to the mound from the Collinsville coaching staff. So we'll step aside for just a moment, and we are back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Well, the conversations are over. Hopefully they have devised a plan to get out of this inning. Bases loaded, 1 out. 4 errors in this inning, 1 base hit. And Alton Marquette looks to kind of blow this one open with a well-placed base hit here. And here is Sean Mitchell, who was hit in the back of the head in the first inning. Stayed down at home plate for a couple of minutes and then got up and stayed in the game, obviously, because here he is. He was stranded at second base after all that, too. Pitch. Inside. Bases are full of Explorers. Nowhere to put anyone. And the next delivery on the way to Sean Mitchell. Outside. Jones is ready with the next. That's a strike. Another delivery from Jones to Mitchell on the way. That's a walk, and that walks in a run. Third walk issued by Jones. Paniagua comes in to score. Coles to third, Lear to second. Mitchell on at first for the second time. Here is Carter Hendricks. Swinging a high fly ball. This one is heading toward right field, and coming in to make the catch was Colby Anderson. Throw home is not going to be in time. And it's 5-1 in favor of Marquette. Everybody else stays put. Lear at second, Mitchell at first.
Number 5, catcher Braden Hamilton.
2 outs in the inning. And here is Braden Hamilton, who was a strikeout victim his first time up. And he is the 9th man to bat here in this inning. And he looks at one on the outside corner for a called strike one. Jones with runners at first and second and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. High. Throw down to second base, and that was close. Hamilton awaits the 1-1 pitch from Jones. Here it is. Swinging a base hit. That's up the middle. And it's cut off by Anderson, but a run's going to come across. And it's now 6-1 in favor of Marquette Catholic High School. And Nolan Ray will come up for the second time in this inning. He led off by reaching on an error after a strikeout. Drop ball by Scrum, and then a wild throw by Scrum. And the pitch to Ray. Balk. When it rains, it pours, folks. Swinging a high fly ball. This one's going to send Anderson over toward the line, and the catch is made. But in the inning, 5 runs come across on 4 errors and a couple of base hits and 2 runners left on base for Alton Marquette. We head to the home half of the second inning, and Marquette now enjoying a 6-1 lead.
Everyone has those projects around the house that you just don't want to do. AW Outdoor Solutions can take care of that for you. Former Collinsville High School graduate Adam Welly owns AW Outdoor Solutions, and he and his crew can handle all of the dirty work around your home or business, whether that's tree trimming and maintenance, brush removal, power washing, gutter cleaning, and leaf raking and removal. AW Outdoor Solutions can handle that and much more. AW Outdoor Solutions is fully insured and offers free estimates on all of their work. AW Outdoor Solutions. Call Adam Welly at 314-252-8010 or on Facebook at AW Outdoor Solutions.
Five runs, second inning for Alton Marquette has put the Explorers up 6-1. That's right, we are only in the bottom of the second inning. This game's almost an hour old. Leading things off here for Collinsville will be Jackson Perrell, then Josh Scrum and Kyle Moore, if anyone can get on. The number 9 man in the order, Trent Mode. 5 runs scored on just 2 base hits, 4 errors in that inning. 2 of them by the catcher. That's a rough day. So Jackson Perrell comes up for the first time this afternoon. Perrell batting .265 on the year. 3 runs batted in. He has 3 doubles. Out of his 9 hits. And Ray is ready. And swinging a foul ball out of play. Nolan Ray seems to work a little faster when there is no one on base than he does when there are runners on. And I mean, it's a big difference. Ray. From the windup and the pitch. Perrell. Screamer down the third base line, but foul. Just off of the third base bag. Perrell, Scrum, and Mode. Or Moore, excuse me, here in this inning. We could see Mode. Things go right. Ray, ready with the 0-2 pitch to Perrell. Here it is. Swinging a high fly ball. This one has got a chance. It's heading toward the gap, and that is up against the wall. And Perrell now has his 4th double of the year. That's the way you want to get an inning started when you're trailing by 5. And that will bring up Josh Scrum, Kahok catcher. Comes in batting .118, couple of RBIs and an RBI opportunity here. Ray. Now that he has that runner on, he will work a lot slower. Looks at that runner. Checks on him again. Brings it home. Outside and low, ball 1. Ray again looks into his catcher Hamilton for the sign. Has it. And brings it home. And in the dirt, and it goes all the way back to the screen, and Jackson Perrell finds himself at third base on a pass ball. So a better RBI opportunity for Scrum with a base hit. Collinsville can pick up run number 2. Here's the pitch to the Kahok catcher. Swinging a high fly ball. That should do it. Owen Williams in center field is camped underneath it. He has it, and the runner is sent from third base, and he'll be in there no problem at all. So an RBI sacrifice fly by Josh Scrum has gotten one of those runs back. And now that'll bring up Kyle Moore. Moore on the air looking for his first hit. No, he's not. He's got 2, couple hits. Actually, he's got 3. Swing and a miss. Actually, I'm wrong. He has 5. 3 singles and 2 doubles. And 2 runs batted in. 1 away, bottom of the second. 6-2 in favor of the Explorers from Alton Marquette Catholic High School. Some more looks at a strike. 1-1. Ray, ready with another. Here it is. Swing and a miss. I guess I was off on the count. Strike 3. Scoreboard's not working out here. It keeps on going off and on. Second out of the inning. And the first strikeout on the afternoon, or on the morning, I should say, for Ray. And that does bring up Trent Mode, the second baseman. Looks at one outside and in the dirt. Mode awaits another delivery from Ray. Here it is, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike's the count. Rolando Colon waits in the on-deck circle, the leadoff batter for the Kahawks. And the next pitch to Trent Mode, swinging a foul ball. Mode's dad, Dan Mode, has his sign out there in the outfield fence line 2, right next to the 360 mark. And Dan Mode out there, got Chiropractic Works, Visionary Wealth Advisors, got a couple of the sponsors we have here adorning the outfield fence with their advertisement. Next pitch to Mode on the way. Outside, 2-2. Run home here in this inning. And that one is a little low. And I believe we have a full count. We do. Mode trying to get on and keep the line moving for Cologne. Ray is ready with another delivery. Here it is. It's in the dirt and ball 4. First walk issued this afternoon by Ray, so he has his first walk and his first strikeout in the same inning. Collinsville has a base runner on with 2 outs, and it's up to Rolando Colon to keep it going. Colon tried to bunt his way on to lead off the game for Collinsville. Almost worked. Close play at first base, but Colon was out. And a throw over and back in safely is Trent Mode. Ray checks on his runner and brings the next pitch home, swinging a high fly ball. Center fielder Owen Williams is underneath it and has it, and that is the way that the bottom of the second inning comes to a close. But Collinsville does get a run across. Jackson Perro with a double. Went to third base on a pass ball and was brought home on a sacrifice fly by Josh Scrum. So we head now to the top of the third inning. And the Kahawks got one of those runs back. It's now 6-2 in favor of Alton Marquette. And we're back with the top of the third in just a moment here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience. Choose Lakeside.
Top of the third is arrived. 6-2 in favor of Alton Marquette. Bottom of the order coming up here for the Explorers. Logan Sternickel, Owen Williams, and Miles Paniagua. If anyone gets on, back to the top of the order in Braden Coles. And the first pitch is in there for a called strike to Sternickel, who was a strikeout victim his first time up. One of 3 strikeouts on the afternoon for Kyle Moore. Pitch in the dirt, 1-1. Moore brings another one home. Outside, ball 2. Next delivery stays high. Ball 3, 3-1. Got to keep these guys off the base paths if you want to have a chance to come back and win this game. Here's the 3-1 pitch. He walked him. Leadoff walk. Fourth walk issued by Jones. And that'll bring up Owen Williams. Williams reached on an error his first time up. Came around to score as well. And another pitch, swinging a high fly ball. This one's got a rope written all over it. And on the run, nice play out there by Colby Anderson. That ball was tailing right towards him. And it had a lot of juice on it, let me tell you that much. And I think if the ball would have stayed straight, Anderson might have had a hard time tracking it down, but because it was just tailing toward him, he hauls it in for out number 1.
Second baseman Miles Paniagua.
Miles Paniagua walked and scored his last time up. And a throw over to first base. Nothing doing. Sternicle is back in there safely. Jones works from the stretch for the third inning in a row, and a bunt laid down perfectly. Scrum, he slides and falls down while he was trying to go for that ball. Sternicle at second. Paniagua at first with a bunt base hit. Third hit, only the third hit of the afternoon for Alton Marquette. Along with their 6 runs, here is Braden Coles, who has already had 2 at-bats. He has grounded out and reached on an error and scored. So runners on first and second now. And a high pitch. Double play would get the Kahawks out of the inning. The errors are the problems right now. The Kahawks came into this game with 37 errors committed in their first 11 games. That's 3.3 errors per game, and they've already committed 4 in this one. Throw to second base. Out at second base on a great throw and a great play. Got that hand from Sternicle right when the tag was applied by Jackson Perrell. Out number 2. That's a big out. And now a runner at first in Paniagua. And Coles awaits the next and fouls it back toward the on-deck circle. One ball, one strike to count to the leadoff man for Marquette, Braden Coles. Jones brings another one home. Strike called. Throw down to first base, and back in there safely is Paniagua. That was close, actually. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to the batter. One more strike in this inning is going to be the first one in this game that has a 0 on the scoreboard. Here's a pitch. It stays high. Jones back on top of the hill. He's ready from the belt. Pitches. Strike 3 called. And that becomes the 4th strikeout on the afternoon for Brennan Jones. And that ends the inning with no runs coming across the plate for the first time here this afternoon. 1 runner was stranded. We head to the home half of the 3rd inning. And Collinsville still needing a little bit of work to do as they trail this one by a score of 6-2.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice.
Colby Anderson will lead things off here for Collinsville in the bottom of the third. 6-2 game, excuse me. And Anderson doubled and scored back in that one-run first inning. Looking to get things started here. It'll be Anderson, Tillman, and Kane. If anyone can get on Palmisano, we'll have a chance to bat.
Number 10, right fielder Colby Anderson.
Anderson made a great play in the last half inning. Helped out by a tailing ball coming right toward him. Pitch to Anderson, swing and a miss. Still a little chilly up here in this booth. We get barely sunshine. Sunshine is all on the countertop. Swinging a foul ball, stays toward home plate. Sun shining on the countertops here. We have all of our equipment set up and all of our pages taped to the countertop, and that's the bright part of it, but hasn't done a lot to warm it up yet. It's coming. I'm sure out there in the sunshine it feels fantastic. Got to soak up some sun yesterday. Had to do the grass cutting chores. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes is Anderson. And that is just the second strikeout of the afternoon for Ray. And that'll bring up Chris Tillman.
Number 8, first baseman Chris Tillman.
Tillman, his first time up. Knocked in Colby Anderson, who led off with that double. And right after Cologne tried to bunt his way on. And that is behind Chris Tillman. Tillman singled in Colby Anderson. And then was erased on a 5-4 fielder's choice. Off of the batter, Riker Kane, who stands in the on-deck circle. Next pitch to Tillman, outside. From one side of the plate to the other. Although when you pitch behind a batter, that's really not anywhere near the plate. Ray brings another one, high. First game of 2 we had scheduled for you. 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock. That was the scheduled times. Tillman. And a walk. I would imagine that the next game will not start at 12 o'clock. Just my guess. Tillman's been on base twice now. Second walk issued by Ray here in this game. And that'll bring up Riker Kane.
Number 11, DH Riker Kane.
Riker reached on that fielder's choice, made it down to second on a wild pitch, but was stranded there. Ray, from the stretch, checks on his runner and brings it home. On the outside corner, called strike one. Tillman leads from first. Kahawks trail by 4. Ray ready to pitch to Kane. Tillman's on the run. Pitches low, and the catcher could not get it out of the glove in time. And Tillman down at second base with a pilfered bag. And Kane with an RBI opportunity here. Ray looks in for a long time to his catcher, Braden Hamilton. Now looks over at Tillman at second base, checks him again, and brings it home. Low. Ray is ready with another one. Shakes his head yes to the sign. Checks on Tillman a second time. On a third time, and brings it home. Swinging a bouncing ball to the third baseman, right into the glove of Lear. He'll throw over to first base, and then Peril takes off, and he'll make it over to third. Nice heads-up base running there by Chris Tillman. Kane becomes the second out of the inning. And it's going to be up to Nick Palmisano if Collinsville is going to pick up run number 3, which is just 90 feet away, in the form of Chris Tillman. Palmisano grounded out to the third baseman his first time up. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle. Letter high, strike. Palmisano trying to bring home Chris Tillman from third. Here's the pitch. Ooh, he wanted to swing at that ball and couldn't pull the trigger in time, and now he's in an 0-2 hole. Palmisano digs in from the right side. Ray finally nods his head yes to the sign provided by Hamilton. And from the belt, Ray pitches outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to the Kahok third baseman, Nick Palmisano. Ray again checks on Tillman at third, brings the next one home to Palmisano. Swinging a slow roller foul down the first base side. We'll do it all over again. One and 2 remains the count to Nick Palmisano. Ray brings it. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes is Nick Palmisano, and that is the way that the inning comes to a close. It's the third strikeout on the afternoon for Ray, and he had 2 strikeouts in that inning. No runs come across. No hits as well, but we did have a runner stranded at third base. And we head now to the top of the 4th inning, and it stays 6-2 in favor of Alton Marquette. And we'll be back to tell you all about the next inning after a brief timeout. Some of our friends here on the Kahok Sports Network.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number 1 on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Welcome back once again to Fletcher Field here at Woodland Park in Collinsville. Beautiful Saturday morning, heading into the afternoon. First game of a doubleheader. Right now, Alton Marquette leads the first game of this doubleheader, 6-2. As we have moved things to the top of the 4th inning, Matt Lear, the number 2 batter, will lead things off here for Alton Marquette. It'll be Lear, Mitchell, and Hendricks. And if anyone gets on, Hamilton. Brennan Jones back on the bump for another inning of work. And he has settled down quite a bit, and it's not for some errors. He might be a little bit better off on the scoreboard department. But he has also been a part of committing errors. He has 1. And for Matt Lear, he has walked, singled, and scored twice. Outside. Jones back to work. Here it is, and it's inside. He walked him. Got to stop doing that. Second time in a row he's walked the leadoff batter. And it didn't hurt him in the last inning, the only inning that Alton Marquette has not scored in thus far.
23, Sean Mitchell.
But you can't poke the bear that many times. Sean Mitchell comes up to the plate with no one out. Runner on at first base. Mitchell has been hit by a pitch and walked. And when he walked, he did so with the bases loaded, so he picks up the easiest RBI in the world. Mitchell was stranded both times. First one was a called strike on the outside portion of the plate. Jones, with a runner on at first, deals to Mitchell. Inside, 1-1. Jones has had to work from the stretch in every inning. Jones again checks on his runner, pitches, and a high fly ball. This one is going to head out of play down the third base side. And just a long strike. One ball, two strikes to count to Mitchell with a runner at first, nobody out. Top of 4. Jones nods his head yes to the sign flashed by Scrum. Runner is on the way, pitches high, and the throw is high also. Man, seemed like, oh boy. I don't know. Josh Scrum was thinking that maybe Kyle Moore was bored out there in center field and tried to throw him a ball. All the way to third base on that play goes Matt Lear. And a pitch goes back to the screen, and the runner is not going anywhere. So Josh Scrum, after having a brilliant game on Thursday and that game against Granite City, not having a grand game number 1 here this morning. Trying to shake that off and forget about it and move on. Here's a pitch that stays high, and back-to-back walks have put runners on first and third. Nobody out, and Brett Swipp is going to come out to the mound, and we might have ourselves a little bit of a pitching change here. And we will have a pitching change, so we will step aside, and we'll tell you about that pitching change in just a moment when we return on the Kahok Sports Network.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975. Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville, owned by former Kahok Jay Merkel. At Extreme Details, they believe in the value of community and in helping the community hold the value of their vehicles. A sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details offers drop-off, pickup, and delivery service, as well as a mobile service. Whether that's a simple wash and wax or all the way up to a full detail job. No job is too big or too small for Extreme Details. Plus, Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal and vacuums every vehicle regardless of what package you choose. Cars, trucks, boats, motorcycles, and more. Extreme Details in Collinsville. Open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday. Call Jay Merkel for an appointment at 301-6033 or 977-1224.
Back here at Fletcher Field, Kyle Moore becomes the new pitcher for Collinsville. That'll end the day for Brennan Jones. Jones will move out to play left field, and Orlando Colon will then move from left field to center field. Those are your defensive changes. And for Kyle Moore, this is going to be his second game pitched in. He's only pitched in 1 inning. And he has zeros all the way across the board. He has not allowed a run or a hit. And he has walked 1 batter in his 1 inning of work. And he will face Carter Hendricks, with Alton Marquette having runners on the corners. Carter Hendricks has flew out twice, once to center, once to right field, but the fly out to right field was a sacrifice fly back in the 2nd inning when Alton Marquette put up 5 runs. Moore, the lefty, ready to go. And that one floats right in there, but stays high, I guess the umpire says. Josh Scrum had to pick that ball up 3 times and shook his head after the 3rd time. He's just having one of those days. He's trying to shake it off. We're in the top of the 4th, 6-2 in favor of Alton Marquette, and the Explorers are threatening again. Pitch from Moore in the dirt. Nice stop by Scrum. And now a ball thrown away and safe from third base is Matt Lear. Errors just continue to pile up in this game, folks. So now a runner at first and still nobody out. Carter Hendricks has his teammate Mitchell over at first. More pitches, and it's inside. But it hits the corner. Hendricks again. Awaits the pitch from Moore. Here it is. Inside, but this time he holds off. Josh Scrum is just, man, I'm telling you what, he's having a rough day. Almost threw that one over the head of Moore as well. Moore delivers again. This one hits the outside corner. 2-2. Moore from the stretch again. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Carter Hendricks. First strikeout on the afternoon for Moore. Jones walked 4 and struck out 4 while he was in there. And Braden Hamilton, who was a strikeout victim his first time up, steps up to the plate. Hamilton made atone for that with an RBI single in the 2nd. He looks at 1 for a called strike. Moore checks on his runner and brings the next pitch home. Swinging a high pop fly back behind the broadcast booth here. Oh, and 2 the count to Braden Hamilton. Moore looking for back-to-back strikeouts here, or a double play ball. Now we're ready to go again. And the pitch inside. Back-to-back walks by Brennan Jones ended his afternoon on the mound. He now stands out in right field. Kyle Moore came in from center to pitch, and Orlando Colon moved from left to center. Swinging a high fly ball. This one's in the field of play. Tillman, he's lost it, though. He doesn't know where it is. And now he finds it, but he can't catch it. And then he has to throw down to second base, and it'll be in time for the force out. And that would have been definitely, it's interesting. Oh, so Hamilton reaches on the fielder's choice because, Tillman chose to do that. And then the play goes 3-6 for out number 2. And they have a runner at first base, and now 2 away, and here is the opposing pitcher, Nolan Ray. Ray has reached on an error and flew out in this game. Pitch. Swinging a foul ball, stays at home plate. Caught barehanded there by Scrum. Moore, ready with another. Right down the middle, but stays high. Seven to 2, Alton Marquette with the lead. Pitch from Moore. Floater stays outside. Explorers looking for their 3rd win of the year. Their previous 2 wins have both been against East Alton Wood River. Collinsville looking for their 2nd win. They just picked up their 1st on the year on a Thursday afternoon win at Granite City. Next pitch from Moore on the way. That's a strike. 2-2 the count to Nolan Ray. Next pitch. Oh, yeah. Strike 3 called. That was a beautiful pitch by Moore. And down on strikes is Nolan Ray for the 3rd out of the inning. But 1 run does come across. It's an unearned run. Most of the runs that have come across today for Alton Marquette have been unearned. No hits in the inning. Unfortunately, another couple of errors and 1 more runner left on base. We head now to the bottom of the 4th inning. Collinsville with more work to do. They trail by 5 to the Kahawks, and we're back to tell you about it in just a moment here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahawk alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
We've moved to the bottom of the 4th here at Collinsville. Kahawks trail by 5, 7-2. And the bottom of the order coming up, Jackson Perrell, Josh Scrum, Kyle Moore, if anyone can get on. Trent Mode will have a chance to bat. I think I said that after the first inning went by. Yes, I did. So Jackson Perrell gets the lead off for the 2nd inning of this game. Perrell doubled and came around to score on a RBI sacrifice fly by Josh Scrum. Perrell swings and misses on the first offering from Ray. We're underway in the bottom of the 4th. Kahawks trail by 5. Perrell looks at one inside. Ray ready with another, and a swing and a high fly ball back to the fence is Sternickel, and in front of the warning track he hauls it in for out number 1. That'll bring up Josh Scrum, the catcher. Has the sacrifice RBI fly ball out. In the 2nd, for Collinsville's 2nd run. Neither team scored in the 3rd. Alton Marquette scored in the fourth, the one run. Collinsville trying to answer that and put up more. Scrum from the right side. Awaits the next from the righty Ray. Here it is, swinging a chance for the shortstop. Coles is up with it and throws over to first base in time. And 2 quick outs. We'll leave things up to Kyle Moore. If Collinsville is going to get anything across this inning. Kyle, now the new pitcher, after starting the game at center field, was a strikeout victim his first time up.
Number 5, pitcher Kyle Moore.
Looks like we're going to get some action down in the Alton Marquette bullpen. As we wait the first pitch to Moore, here it is, and he tries to bunt it. Misses. Strike one. Ray is ready with another, and here it is, swinging a line drive right into the glove of a diving third baseman, Matt Lear. And that was a nice stab there by the Alton Marquette third baseman, and that's the way that this inning comes to a close. A real quick 1-2-3 inning. We now head to the top of the fifth inning, and it's 7-2 in favor of Alton Marquette, and we're back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, your place for online auctioning. Go to ogleauctions.com to check out the week's items up for auction. Ogle Auctions deals in everyday items like board games, t-shirts, clocks, antique items, and more. To collectible items, anyone in the market for, say, a trolley? Or maybe you're into more treasure troves like vinyl albums, cars, or motorcycles. And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more auctionable items. Ogle Auctions of Collinsville. Auctions every Sunday at 7 p.m. Check them out at www.ogleauctions.com or call Kim or Mike Ogle at 618-218-2117.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Top of the fifth has rolled upon us here at Fletcher Field. I'm Todd Duke. Glad that you are taking time out of your day and spending a beautiful Saturday morning here with me. First game of a doubleheader today. Collinsville on the wrong side of a 7-2 score right now. And leading off the top of the fifth, it'll be the bottom of the order for Alton Marquette, and that means Logan Sternickel leads things off against Kyle Moore. First pitch, swing, and a shot down the third baseline, but foul. Sternickel has struck out and walked, and then he was picked off of second base back in the third inning. That was by Jones. Jones to Jackson Perrell applying the tag. Next pitch to Sternickel from Moore is on the way. Right in there for a strike. 0-2. Sternickel, Williams, and Paniagua. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes is Sternickel. And that's the second strikeout for Moore since he came in to relieve Jones. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Owen Williams. Williams reached on an error and scored in the 5-run second inning and lined out to Colby Anderson on a nice play by Anderson out in right field. First pitch is high. And Moore is ready with another offering. Here it is. That one floats in there for a strike. Nice off-speed pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Owen Williams. Moore works quickly. Here's the next. Swinging a foul ball back to the screen. 1-2. Actually, that's Moore's 3rd strikeout. Had 2 strikeouts in 4th inning when he came in for Jones. And this one's high, 2-2. 1 swinging and 1 looking. Cardinals are in action. They're on the East Coast, Pittsburgh today. I believe a 5:30 start. Moore's ready with the next delivery, and that one stays high, full count. And the Blues are in action tonight. Up in Minnesota. 7 o'clock. Blues looking to win their 5th game in a row. Here is another Kyle Moore pitch on the way. And that one hits the outside corner, called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Kyle Moore. And he now has just as many strikeouts as Jones did through the first 3+. That brings up Miles Paniagua. Miles has walked and scored and singled in this game. Just a reminder, no post-game show following this game. We'll do the post-game wrap-up at the end of game number 2. We only have 15 minutes between games to get the lineups all figured out and catch a little bit of a break. And I guess it goes without saying we do not have a pregame show for game number 2 either. So after striking out the first 2, Moore falls behind Paniagua 2-0. Moore is ready with another one. Here it is. That one's a called strike. Beautiful afternoon. Well, almost afternoon. Keep on forgetting we started this thing at 10 o'clock this morning. We're still 20 minutes away from afternoon. Here's the 2-1. He offered at it, 2-2. So Moore with a chance to try strike out the side here. Paniagua from the right side batter's box awaits the pitch from the lefty Moore. Here it is. Swinging a high fly ball. This one's going to go right to Jones, and Jones had to make a leap. He came in just a little bit too far and then had to leave his feet to haul in that one. So that was a little interesting out there. And it is the bottom of the 5th inning now, and Collinsville still trails by 5 runs, and we'll see if we can make a comeback effort here at this game, and we'll tell you all about that effort in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and, of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. Each ingredient chosen carefully, every blend crafted masterfully. Nurturing your passion, nourishing your purpose. So you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
Logan Fairfield will come off the bench to pinch hit. And we'll see if Fairfield can get anything going here. And then we're going to go back to the top of the order and Cologne and Anderson. Fairfield looks at the first pitch from Ray and hits it right back to the pitcher. He gobbles it up, throws over to first base. One pitch, one out. Didn't even have a chance to tell you anything about Fairfield, did I? So we'll save it for another day. Here is Rolando Colon. Rolando 0 for 2 today, a ground out and a fly out. Ray pitching into the 5th inning here for Alton Marquette. Colby Anderson waits on deck. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Collinsville trails by 5. Here's a pitch. Swinging a high fly ball. On the move is Fanistock, and he'll circle and come back for it, and he'll make the catch out in left field for out number 2. And I'll bring up Colby Anderson. Anderson has doubled and scored and struck out in this game. Collinsville Kahok varsity starting quarterback. Playing a little baseball as well. Ray looks into Anderson, brings it home. Swinging a shot up the middle. Second baseman Paniagua has it and throws over in time for the out, and that's a quick 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the 5th for Collinsville. So we're moving right along, and we head to the top of the 6th inning, and the score remains 7-2 in favor of Alton Marquette.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Top of the 6th is rolled around. 7-2 in favor of Marquette Catholic High School out of Alton. Kyle Moore back out to the mound. And the first batter that he will face is going to be the leadoff man, Braden Coles, top of the order. Coles, Lear, and Mitchell for Alton Marquette. Coles on the afternoon has grounded out, struck out, reached on an error, and scored. First pitch to Coles, in there for a strike. These two pitchers have worked back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings. I think we had a total of 4 pitches in the bottom of the 5th, and Collinsville was out of there quickly. Next one to the leadoff batter. That's a called strike. Coles thought it was inside, turned away from it, but Moore quickly out in front, 0-2. Shakes off the first offering from Scrum. Shakes off the second one. Now he's ready and brings it home. Swinging a slow roller down the third baseline, but foul. We have another game after this one. Due to start at 12, but that will not happen, as we are 15 minutes away from the noon hour, and we have 15 minutes between games. So even if this one ended right now, we would still not get started at 12, as Coles was hit by a pitch, just barely. Cologne moves over to second base, and Fairfield is in center. So Trent Mode, after a failfield pinch hit for him in the last inning, is out of this game. And a pitch and a high fly ball. That one is foul down the third base side. Off of the bat of Matt Lear. Lear has been on base all 3 times today, and he scored every single time he's been on base. Reached and scored on a walk in the first. Singled and scored in the second and was walked. And then he scored in the 5th as well. So technically, he is just 1 for 1 with 3 runs scored. And Moore works ahead in the count to Lear. Pitch. Swinging a foul tip back to the screen. Still working on the GoPro thing, but I did not think it was going to be feasible to bring it out here today for a doubleheader, so I didn't even try. Swinging a chance for a double play into the glove of the short. Oh, man, oh, man. Colon did his job, scooped it up, and then underhand tossed to Peril, and Peril dropped it. So Lear reaches on the fielder's choice. Coles is down at second base after the error by Peril. And that'll bring up Sean Mitchell. 7th error committed in this game by Collinsville. Not going to win many ball games with 7 errors in one game, that's for sure. Pitch, swing and a miss. And tell you what, Sean Mitchell was ready to go downtown with that ball. Mitchell's been on base all 3 times. 2 walks, and he was hit by a pitch as well. Twice he was stranded, and once he was thrown out on a force play. First and second, nobody out here for Alton Marquette. They're already leading and now threatening. This one's popped up right at home plate. Moore and Scrum, and then Scrum calls for it. And that is out number 1. Had a chance for a double play, and instead, runners are on at first and second, but now they're out there with 1 out instead of 2, and here is Carter Hendricks. Hendricks is 0 for 3 on the afternoon, but he does have a RBI sacrifice fly. 2 flyouts and a strikeout for Hendricks. Moore checks on his runners and brings it home. Stays high, ball 1. Moore brings home another one, and that's a base hit. Up with it is Jones, and they're going to stop the runner at third base. Jones throws the ball in. Nice job getting to the cutoff man, Palmisano, and the bases are loaded. Bases are loaded for Braden Hamilton. First pitch to Hamilton from Moore. Swing and a miss. Hamilton on the afternoon is 1 for 3. RBI single in the second. That was sandwiched in between a strikeout and reaching on a fielder's choice. Moore ready with another. Outside. Bases are full of explorers. 1 out. Double play could end the inning with no further damage done, if Hamilton obliges. Here's the pitch from Moore. That one's in there for a strike. One ball, 2 strikes to count to Hamilton. Runners full of Alton Marquette baseball players. Moore is going to try to keep him right there. Here's the pitch. Swinging a chance for a double play ball. There's one at home, and that's the only one they're going to get. As Scrum decides to hold on to the ball. I think that he thought there was 2 outs. He did think there was 2 outs. He underhanded the ball back to Moore, and he said, "Isn't that 3 outs?" And Moore said, "No, dude, that's just the second out." He shook his head. Josh Scrum has had a rough game behind the plate. Here is Nolan Ray. He comes up with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And the opposing pitcher gets the first one from Moore, swing and a miss. For Nolan, he has reached on an error and scored. Since then, 0 for 2 with a fly out and a strikeout. Moore ready with the next array. Swing and a miss. And Kyle Moore, 1 strike away from getting out of this inning with no further damage done. Can take that momentum into the batter's box with you in the bottom of the 6th. Moore, he's ready to go again to Ray. Here it is. Swing and a miss. He does do exactly what I asked him to do. So no runs across in a kind of a scary inning. As we go now to the bottom of the 6th. And it's still 7-2 in favor of Alton Marquette. And we're back to tell you all about it in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food? All created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family-size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027.
Bottom of the 6th is here. 7-2 in favor of Alton Marquette. Collinsville getting out of that inning, stranding the bases loaded. Maybe that'll boost them up a little bit, and we can come back and win this game. But it all starts now as the Kahawks are down to their final 6 out. Chris Tillman, Riker Kane, and Nick Palmisano will be the batters here in this 6th inning for Collinsville. If anyone can get on, Jackson Perrell will have a chance to bat. And we're hoping that not only he, but Scrum and Moore and Fairfield can also come up in this inning. Here is Chris Tillman, who has singled and walked in this game. Swing and a miss. Tillman singled in Colby Anderson with Collinsville's first run. That answered the run put on the board by Alton Marquette in the top of the 1st, and we were tied at 1, but Collinsville then gave up 5 runs in the 2nd. 1 more in the 4th, and that's the 7 runs for Alton Marquette thus far. Collinsville with a single run in the 1st and the 2nd, and nothing since. Tillman, the lefty waits, and the righty Ray pitches, and it's low. I'm going to need some lunch, man. Ray ready with the next for Tillman. That one's low as well. Got to the ballpark at 8:30 this morning and had breakfast, and now it's almost noon. Got another game left to go. 3-1 the count to Tillman. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball out of play. And a full count to the Kahawk first baseman, Chris Tillman. Ray is ready with that 3-2 pitch, and here it is. Swinging another foul ball. This one right into the hands of Riker Kane, who stands in the on-deck circle. Tillman awaits another from Ray, and here it is. Swinging a high pop fly, foul territory. Third baseman Lear is over and makes the catch in foul ground for out number 1. Riker Kane comes to the plate. Riker has reached on a fielder's choice and grounded out this afternoon, or this morning. I'll get it right one of these days. In 3 minutes, it will be afternoon.
Number 11, DH, Riker Kane.
Ray looks like he's going to pitch a complete game. No one in the bullpen warming up. This one's popped foul back here and right on top of the press box. Kane digs back in. Palmisano waits on deck. Collinsville trailing by 5, needs some base runners. Pitch. Outside and low. Nolan Ray pitches. That one's in the dirt. Two and one the count to the Kahok designated hitter, Riker Kane. Here's a pitch from Ray outside. Maybe more bullpen action coming up here for Alton Marquette. And that's a strike. Strike 2. Full count to Riker Kane. And Ray is ready. And here's the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball. That's going to send Fanistock back, and he makes the catch. Just a couple of steps away from the warning track, and that is 2 away. That'll bring up Nick Palmisano. Palmisano 0 for 2 on the afternoon with a strikeout and a ground out. Canucks are down to their final 4 outs here. I believe Hayden Gardner is down warming up in the bullpen. And a pitch, swinging a high fly ball. This one is going to be right near the Kahok dugout, and it lands right behind it. Long strike. Very high strike. High pop fly. It ends up behind the Kahok dugout. And new baseball given to Nolan Ray. He's ready to go, and Nick Palmisano is ready as well. Here's the pitch. Swinging a chance for the third baseman. Oh, wait. Over his outstretched glove of Lear, and Palmisano is on at first base with a single. Only the third base hit on the afternoon for Collinsville, and that will bring up Jackson Perrell.
Number 18, shortstop Jackson Perrell.
Jackson on the afternoon has doubled and scored, and flew out to Sternickel out in right field in his last at bat. 2 outs, runner at first. Collinsville trails by 5. They need a lot more of the base runners department. Ray looks in, has his sign from Hamilton, checks on the runner at first, brings it home. In the dirt. Ray may be getting a little tired out there. See if Collinsville can take advantage. They do have a pitcher warming up in the bullpen. Ray checks on his runner, brings it home. Outside and low again. Ray looks in, takes his time getting the side from Hamilton. I believe that's Sean Mitchell, the designated hitter right now for Alton Marquette down in the bullpen. There's a ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Stopping at second base is going to be Palmisano. And back-to-back base hits here by Peril and Palmisano have Collinsville in a little action here. So we'll see if we can keep it going as Josh Scrum comes to the plate. Josh having a rough day behind the plate. Has a sacrificed RBI to his credit, though, in the second. And since then, he has grounded out to the shortstop Coles. That was back in the fourth. So we'll see if Scrum can keep the line moving here. Ray steps off. Ray once again peers into Hamilton. Has runners at first and second to deal with. He checks on the runner at second and brings it home. And Scrum looks at a strike. Two on, two out. Chance for Collinsville to get back in this thing. Down to their final 4 outs. Pitch to Scrum on the way. Swinging a high fly ball. This one is going to be taken care of by the center fielder, though, as Williams tracked that ball right off the crack of the bat. And that's the way that the inning comes to a close. Collinsville strands a couple of runners on a couple of base hits. And now we head to the top of the 7th inning. And Alton Marquette still enjoying their 5-run lead. It is 7-2.
The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville Kahawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a 1-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune.
Well, we have changes going on, but I'm not sure what they are right now. Kyle Moore's still on the mound. Tillman's still over there at first. Looks like Jones is over at third now. Cologne still at second base. Peril is at shortstop. Fairfield stays in center. Nick Graff is now in left field. And I'm assuming Colby Anderson is still out in right field. And that appears to be all of the changes. Logan Sternickel will lead things off here for Alton Marquette. It's the bottom of the order for the Explorers. Sternickel, Williams, and Paniagua. Moore has been very effective since he's been brought in. Came in with nobody out in the the fourth. Sternickel has struck out twice and walked once. Here's the pitch from Moore, swing and a miss. Moore is ready with another delivery. Here it is. Swinging a bouncing ball for the third baseman, Jones. He's up with it. And a throw over to first base in time for out number 1. That will bring up Owen Williams, the center fielder. Williams on the day has reached on an error and scored. That was in that 5-run second inning. Since then, a line out and a strikeout. Last time he was caught looking at the third strike as he gets caught looking at the first strike here from Moore. Pitch on the way. Right back to the screen. 0-2 on Owen Williams. Miles Paniagua waiting on deck. Moore is ready with another delivery. Here it is. Inside. Moore has had 5 strikeouts since he was brought in the fourth. And the next pitch. Swinging a high fly ball. This one is going to be trouble because breaking in right off the bat was Graff. And then he realized that ball was going to be hit over his head. And it goes all the way to the fence, and in with a stand-up double is going to be Owen Williams. That is the 5th base hit of the afternoon for the Explorers. And that'll bring in Miles Paniagua. Miles on the day has walked and scored, singled, and flew out to then left fielder Brennan Jones. First pitch, swinging a high fly ball. Center field, this is trouble too. Fairfield broke late off the end of his glove. Goes out to the wall, and on his way to third base, he's going to be in there standing up as Williams. He had to wait to see if that ball was going to be caught. And back-to-back doubles have put runners on second and third for Alton Marquette. Here is the top of the order now, and Braden Coles. Coles has reached on an error twice in this game as Collinsville has committed 8 errors. Strikeout and a ground out as well for Coles. First base is open, 1 out, and the first pitch is a little too high, ball 1. Moore ready with another. Here it is. Swinging a shot down the third base line, but foul, man. That was just foul. Yeah, I know. Vanstock is down there arguing his case. He's the third base coaching box, and he said that ball went right over the third base bag. It was close. So everybody has to go back to where they were, a little bit more dejected than they were 5 seconds ago. Moore is ready. Has a new baseball. Players come in for the play at the plate, and that ball is inside. Moore delivers the next. That's a nice off-speed pitch. It's in there for a strike. Coles almost had himself a 2 RBI double after a ground out to lead off this inning. Alton Marquette has back-to-back doubles. And swinging a slow roller down the first baseline. That one is going to be trouble, and it is. And a little backhand flip by Moore wasn't strong enough of a throw when you do the backhand thing to Tillman. Williams stayed at third. And now Alton Marquette has the bases loaded with 1 out. It happened once in this game, and matter of fact, that was in the last inning when Alton Marquette stranded the bases loaded. So it's up to Matt Lear now. 1 out, bases full of Explorers once again. Here's the pitch. Swinging a little Texas League blooper that's going to fall in. Off of the handle of the bat. 2 runs come across the score. Nope, make that 1. Oh, they said he was safe. Must have flew underneath the tag. And we're going to have an argument from Coach Brett Swip here as Williams comes in to score easily, and then Paniagua came all the way around from second, and a nice strong throw was there in time. But I believe they're going to say that Paniagua slid underneath the tag of Josh Scrum. Coles all the way down to third. We are on at second with a 2 RBI single. And now Sean Mitchell is going to come up to the plate. Well, if it wasn't going to be a tough enough task as it was coming back from 5 runs down, now Collinsville is 7 runs down. And Sean Mitchell, the DH, may be coming into pitch the next inning. He was warming up in the last half inning. Mitchell was hit by a pitch, walked twice, popped up once. Collinsville looking at play at the plate as well. There's another base hit. That one's going to bounce in front of Graff, and 2 more runs are going to try to come across the plate, and they do exactly that. Two RBI single by Sean Mitchell after a 2 RBI single by Matt Lear.
22, first baseman Carter Hendricks.
There is Carter Hendricks. Hendricks singled his last time at the plate. Before that, he was 0 for 3. Looks like one a called strike. Next pitch from Moore. That one's a called strike as well. Only one out in the inning. 4 runs already across here in the 7th. Here's the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball. On the move is Colby Anderson, and Anderson runs, and he makes the catch. Colby Anderson's made a couple of nice plays out there in right field. And there are 2 away. Scampering back into first was Sean Mitchell. Braden Hamilton. Will come to the plate. Hamilton has been on base 3 of the 4 times. The only time not on base was when he was caught looking at a called third strike in the first. That one stays a little high. Since then, Hamilton has singled in a run in the second, reached on a fielder's choice, and reached on an error. He was stranded both of those times. He was also stranded after his RBI single in the second. That one stays a little high. (11-2) now in favor of Alton Marquette. Moore is ready with another pitch. Here it is. Swinging a foul ball back here over the press box and across the street. Hamilton is the 8th explorer to bat here in this inning. Moore pitches. Swing and a miss. Moore 1 strike away from getting out of this inning with no further damage done other than the 4 runs that have already came across to score. Moore once again brings it home, and a swing and a miss, and down on strikes is Hamilton, and that does indeed end the inning. 6 strikeout on the afternoon for Kyle Moore, but 4 runs come across the plate on 5 base hits, and there was a runner left. We head now to the last opportunity here for Collinsville. Bottom of the 7th rolls our way. Collinsville trailing by 9 runs, and we'll be back to tell you all about the bottom of the 7th after a brief timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622.
That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty.
Sean Mitchell does indeed come in to pitch the bottom of the 7th inning for Alton Marquette. That'll end the day for Nolan Ray. Ray on the afternoon has given up 2 runs on 4 hits, walked 2, and struck out 3, uncorked 1 wild pitch while he was in there, but he is on the right end of an 11-2 score for his team. And Drew Stroud will be the leadoff man, batting for Kyle Moore here. And then it'll be young Mr. Fairfield, Logan Fairfield. And then we'll see what Collinsville does with the top of the order and Rolando Colon. So Stroud comes in, looking for his first base hit on the varsity side this year. Kahawks down to their final 3 outs. Just a reminder, no post-game show after this first game. We'll take care of the post-game show after the end of game number 2. 15 minutes in between games of a doubleheader doesn't provide us a lot of time, so we'll get the lineups for the next game and get a little bit of a break, and then we're back at it. Second game is scheduled to get underway at noon. It'll be closer to 1. Nice crowd on hand, that's for sure. Beautiful sunshiny day, why not? Sit in the bleachers and enjoy a little baseball. Swing and a miss by Stroud, and he is in a 1-2 hole. And a strikeout by Mitchell to start off his frame. That'll bring up Logan Fairfield. Fairfield on the year, batting .071. Orlando Colon waits on deck. Fairfield came in and grounded out to the pitcher in his only plate appearance in this game. And he'll base hit this one right past the diving third baseman Matt Lear. And Fairfield is on first with Collinsville's 5th base hit on the afternoon. We need a lot more of those if we're going to have a chance in this one. Down by 9. Here is Colon, who is 0 for 3 on the afternoon. A ground out and 2 flyouts. Alton Marquette looking for the game-ending double play here. Mitchell pitches inside. Mitchell, the big righty, throws over to first and throws it away. And down to second base is going to be Fairfield. First error committed to this game by the Explorers. And that one belongs to the pitcher, Mitchell. Colon digs back in from the left side with a runner at second base. 1 out, and the pitch is high. Now pitcher and catcher want to talk about it. Mitchell and Hamilton. They do. Game going on today at Collinsville High School as well. The JVers are playing on the hill. They're rededicating that field up there, Russ Keene Field. Last Collinsville manager to bring a baseball state championship home to Kahok country. That one's a little bit high and outside. So that's kind of cool for Coach Keene and Bradley Keene, of course, works for Visionary Wealth Advisors, one of our fine sponsors here. He was the bat boy during that 1980 championship run. And the kids got to enjoy prom last night, too, I hear. So that's kind of nice. Something's getting back to normal. There's a strike to Cologne. We're trying to get back to normal. Slowly but surely, everyone. Slowly but surely. Cologne digs back in. Mitchell checks on the runner, Fairfield at second, and here's the pitch. Inside. He walked him. So runners at first and second. One away for Colby Anderson. Anderson doubled in the first inning and came around to score on a Chris Tillman RBI single. Since then, Anderson has struck out and grounded out. Mitchell ready with the pitch to Colby. Here it is. It's high. Kahok's trying to stay in this, but they got a long uphill battle to go, trailing by 9. Swinging a high fly ball. This one's got a chance to leave the park. Back goes Schneerlich. Oh, man, he makes the catch. Sternickel is what I was trying to say. That didn't come out very well, did it? So Collinsville is down to their final out, although Colby Anderson gave that one quite a ride. Sent Sternickel all the way back to the warning track. And it's going to be up to Chris Tillman now to keep this game alive. Collinsville down to their final out. Moving over to third on the play, though, was Fairfield. So runners on the corners for Chris Tillman. Tillman has singled, walked, and popped up in this game. RBI single in the first. Pitch. Stays outside, ball 1. Next delivery on the way. That one's low. Ball 2. Runners get their leads from first and third. 2 outs, 1-1 count to Tillman, and here is the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball. Second baseman Paniagua calls for it, and he brings it down, and that is the way that this one comes to a close. Alton Marquette wins this thing by a final score of 11-2. We will shut everything down and fire everything back up for the second game, which will be coming your way in just a little bit here on the Kahok Sports Network.